On the topic of quite strong, gentlemen, we've got 2 queens pre-flop for Doug and 2 kings for Chris. And if this comes under queen high on this eventual board, things could get very interesting very quickly.
Doug definitely giving this real consideration, but I think that in the back of the mind he's like, we're definitely raising here. And he's just trying to figure out if there's a reason he shouldn't. And I think Brewer's going to find himself in a very similar spot. It's reasonable to consider, well, let's trap my aggressive opponent. Let's see if we can just avoid the ace-high flop and just call with my kings like I would with a whole lot of other hands. Suited connectors, suited broadways.
Roughly 120 big blinds deep apiece coming into this one. Brewer has Doug covered. Now he jams, and Doug makes the call.
Queens versus kings. We have queens, yeah.
The same direction on the same track. Should I say opposite directions? You know what I'm getting at. The collision was imminent.
Queen on the river. Curious
7.
to see Brewer's reaction.
7.
Why would you put such things into the atmosphere?
Just queen only.
5 on the turn doesn't make anything interesting, and Brewer just needs to fade the 2 outer to punch his ticket into the finals. River. Oh my God!
Fucking go!
It's like 2.2, right?
Certainly Doug's reaction, the more interesting of the 2.
Yeah, I've seen Brewer fall to the floor. This time Doug is...
Well, Doug actually the man who found the floor.
Nice hand.
I mean...
Folded 2.
Sorry.
Asher with 2 red 10s.
Asher
An angle against the other shoulder.
about 15 big blinds.
Open it up for him, you know?
More psychological warfare.
You could raise call with a hand like this, or you could just jam. Jam is a slightly lower variance play.
He's all in with his 9th place stack. But Suki with that take just moments ago is right on his heels. So you see the all in worth 17.7 million. Get through the blinds.
Oh, wow.
Duick with ace king of hearts now.
I expect Duick to reshove into Sue, even though he's a chip leader and it's scary to do. Ace king suited just such a good hand.
Duick made a final table in 10K PLO this year. Was that a shove?
Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. Yeah.
Big blind. So we got Asher Kniff at risk with 10s against the ace king suited of Michael Duick. Kniff with what was promising to be a very boisterous rail, and they're on their feet.
Good luck, Asher.
It's a sick feeling just having to sweat this biggest flip of your life.
There we go. The 10's at risk. And
my God.
That is it. Flop quads for Michael Duick to score the knockout. He doesn't get aces. He's not supposed to get aces.
Raise.
Yep. Just normal business.
On the button, and look at this. Chance's big blind.
What's Chance got?
Oh, my
ace
goodness.
king of hearts.
Well, over 100 bigs deep. Here we go.
Wow.
Feature table was not kind to Chance a couple years ago.
Did he speak to Jeff today or something? Is that why this is happening?
I don't know. He's always got a smile. He's never bringing bad mojo to the tables. But he feels he's got Rigby. Because he knows what Rigby plays.
Wow, an aces for the Stoic.
Stoic is kind of stirring, like, oh, what do I do? What do I do?
And this is where having a reputation like Rigby, and also someone with a reputation like Chance even, you know, is really going to benefit Rigby, because you know he might fire off some real light 4-bets in a button versus big blind spot. You also know.
Did he say all in right there?
Call.
Oh! All!
It's just going to get the
Oh my goodness. Chance Corneth, welcome to the table. He is the shorter of these two monster stacks.
Oh
That's
my
wild.
God.
Wow, Holy shit.
Rigby just knowing
It's been like this the whole.
his man there.
Yeah, it's
Rigby in line to shoot up the leaderboard once again with almost 6.3 million if his aces can hold.
Just 4-bet shoving for 100 bigs. Gets action.
Bullets.
Chance Corneth can't believe it. His fate riding on hearts and Broadway. No hearts.
Queen of hearts.
Worse flops than that.
Yeah, Queen of hearts.
One heart there.
I'd love a sweat.
4 diamonds.
I already
That's getting
called
greedy.
the
That's
turn,
getting
sir.
greedy. So
That's
greedy.
right. He called for.
Yeah, just so we're on
Sorry,
the
that's a
same
rule.
page.
It's a rule.
You can ask for it on the
It's
river.
not really a rule. It's a guideline.
4 diamonds. I fucking called it. Let's fucking go!
And that's it.
Wow.
That's wild.
Chance Corneth comes here with over 3 million chips and immediately hands them off to Big Rig.
Rami Bukai from Laguna Hills, California, had a couple of cashes last year. He's got a couple of aces.
I call. See ahead of him.
He will slow play those aces, just make the call. Action folds around to Hevad Khan.
Hevad said his goal was to make the final 100 here at the main event. He's inching his way.
Pocket queens. We've already seen pocket aces. And Havad's going to push the action. Makes it 74,000 total now to play.
That's the right raise, but the wrong time for Hevad. Just bad timing for pocket queens.
And Peterson smartly gets out of the way. Action back to
How much is that?
52.
About how much do you have in total chips?
These are 30 each.
Boy, if Bukai pushes all in here, he's got Hevad covered, and it will be tough for Hevad to get away from those queens.
Not all in, but Bukai does raise it to 224,000. It would cost Khan 150,000 to play.
But you know, Bukai just calling originally with the aces might pay dividends here. Hevad certainly might think his queens are best, and that could get him in trouble.
Come on.
Call.
And Khan does step into it.
And Rami will make the call.
And finds out he's in
turns
trouble.
over the ace of diamonds, ace of clubs.
Nice hand.
He lost a lot of chips to Uberius a while ago, and now seeing all his chips disappear is a possibility.
Nicely played.
Bukai outplayed Khan,
Nicely
and
played.
Hevad just might be silenced.
Now the flop. And
Oh my God! Oh my God!
My goodness.
Quad queen.
Holy
nobody can believe what they're seeing.
Remaining 2 aces left in the deck.
Break that turn because the dance is coming, baby.
King Kong's in wardrobe.
Turn card is a 5 of spades. Drawing dead, and Khan has come back from the dead.
It's hard to love him, but it's hard to hate him.
Wow.
Oh my God, I suck. That's so bad.
It happens.
You can understand, it's so hard to put you on aces and kings in one orbit that many. I mean, do you hate my play? I mean,
No, it's fine. Nice hand.
yo, my.
Bukai very gracious in defeat.
Quad queens.
Ruan on the button with 9-8 of clubs after Spaniard Fernando Pons opened under the gun with King-Queen of diamonds. Ruan calls for 450,000. James Opes in the small blind with 7s just calls. And now Qui Win, the local, with a taste for Baccarat with 9-6.
And Qui Win still wearing that hat. A friend needs to set up an intervention.
All right, Win with great pot odds for him. Does call. Four-way flop now. And the flop is Queen 7. Jack Opes comes up big with a set of sevens. Ruan picks up a straight flush draw. The table chip leader Opes checks and win checks.
Pons flops top pair, big kicker. He's going to bet, and he's 4%.
With the pair of queens, does bet 625. Ruan now with that straight flush draw.
I'd like to immediately apologize to Michael. That was a pretty good-looking jump shot.
Norman, at what point do you fold a straight flush draw?
I do not. Not in this or any subsequent lifetime.
Ruan putting some big chips together. And that is a raise to $2,025,000.
Well, I think Opes has exactly what he wants. But remember, Pons raised under the gun pre-flop, so it's possible he could have pocket queens or jacks, and then this would be a set-over-set situation.
Opes with the set of 7.
5.3.
Wants to re-raise to 5.3 million. Get out of my pot. Win folds. Pons does get out of the way. Back to Ruan now.
Who's thinking, oops, I might be in big trouble. He could be facing a set or even an ace-high flush draw here.
Pot's already almost 10 million. Both of these gentlemen started the hand with more than 22 million in front of them, and there's a call from Ruan.
No give up in Micro Ruan right now.
My goodness. Turn card now. What a pot we've got going. Is the 10 of clubs, Ruan with the straight flush. I don't remember the last time we saw a straight flush, Norman.
I'm sorry, Lon. That card seems beyond the realm of realistic human possibility.
It's so exciting. Opes checked it.
Opes does know it was very possible Ruan was on a flush draw.
And now Michael Ruan with the nuts of the nuts. Doesn't slow play at a bet of 3.75 million.
The pot is swelling. Opes has got to call and hope the board pairs.
Well, he still loses if the board pairs.
He doesn't know that. We can see all the hole cards. They can't.
Oh, okay. Opes has to have concerns about that board, but the bet was so small from Ruan, and he still has possibilities in his mind. He makes the call.
We don't see that many straight flushes. What a time for Micro Ruan to turn one.
And the river card, another 10. Opes improves to that full house, but it's useless.
That is cruel and unusual punishment for James Opes. I don't know if he can take any legal action here, but I would defend him.
4.7.
Opes is going to try to get value for what he thinks is the best hand, 4.7 million.
Yeah, he bets just less than quarter of the pot. And if Opes somehow can get away from this hand after Ruan raises, he just saved himself some chips.
To Michael Ruan. He raises all in.
Look at the size of this pot. If Opes calls here, he'll be left with less than 20 big blinds. This is a life-changing cooler in progress. Considering the stage of the main event we're at, this reminds me of the Jonathan Duhamel Matt Affleck pot in 2010 that propelled Duhamel to the title and sent Matt home. I will say this, if you're Opes with 7s full and Ruan has shoved all in, what can he have? He might have you beat.
So it looks like you have a straight flush. Could be the best actor of all time.
Wow, what a laydown. Ruan will collect that mountain of chips.
A big laydown. And now we have a new big stack.
There's a big spoonful of Ben Heath medicine being deployed out of the big blind. 3 bets to 185. Another 1.3 to call off of the 7.9 remaining. And Ivey is going to make the call.
So his 6th sense a little off today. We saw when he was 3-bet by Jensen. Ivey folded the better hand in that pre-flop spot. Here he's 3-bet by Heath, and he's going to call with the lesser hand.
But he is going to flop a club draw. 10-6 deuce.
1.25.
That is certainly not going to shed Ivey.
You can pick up some fold equity, not against aces, but by putting in your raise here, but off of this 6.6 million stack,
All in.
the sizing would have to be all in. Ben Heath going to double check, I would imagine, and flick in the call. So here we go. Phil Ivey's tournament life at stake here.
Hello, Phil.
Ben Heath again with a sporting good luck being issued. We're playing a 17.2 million chip pot.
And Heath just a clean board away from going heads up for his second bracelet. If he can knock out Phil Ivey here.
4 of clubs on the turn leaves Ben Heath drawing dead. River will be inconsequential given Heath has no club.
Blinds at 100, 200,000. Negreanu folded under the gun. Federico Buderoni with pocket jacks.
He was 20th at this year's World Series Monster Stack. He also won a daily Rio Deep Stack event just before the main event, feeling confident in his game of late.
Used to be a pretty good soccer player in the land of a lot of soccer talents. Let's see if the foreign hands can handle pocket jacks better. He raises. David Peters with 8-7 of spades. And he's going to come along.
I just want to go back to that last Justin Daniel hand. Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. No, the definition of insanity is knowing what your opponent has and still calling with an inferior hand.
Schwartz in the big blind with 9 deuce, and he's thinking about this.
I'm thinking that 9 deuce you double down on. You don't do whatever he's going to do.
Wow, he wants to fight back here. Attacking the resolve of Buderoni and Peters with a re-raise to over $1.5 million.
That's an odd squeeze to me. Justin figures Peters is probably dead money, but Buderoni has been pretty buttoned up. He raised from early position. Chances are Justin's up against a big hand here.
And he is. Buderoni is not going anywhere with the jacks. Peters folds what he probably plays in a cash game, 8-7 suited.
Well, the 9 deuce has problems.
The 9 deuce is out-chipped by the pocket jacks as well. All right, let's see a flop. See what Justin does with this. A couple of 10s and a deuce. And if you're going to bluff,
1.2.
a paired board is a great opportunity. And there's the bet of 1.2 million. He keeps firing.
In for a dime, in for 1.2. Justin hopes the continuation bet does the trick.
Both of these players enjoying their first main event cash. Schwartz with nearly 700,000 in live earnings. Buderoni with just over 100,000.
You know, by the way, if Buderoni makes a decision before the federal budget is balanced, let me know. I'll take the over on that.
Federico with the call.
The 9 deuce has problems.
Turn card. Does it matter what the turn card is for Justin? A 7 of diamonds. Justin. Got a little pushback on the flop. Now he checks. Is that weak or wily?
No, I think Justin says enough is enough.
Federico checks back. River card. Ace of diamonds. 3rd diamond out there.
If I'm either player, I might think the other one has an ace. I don't know if Justin gave up on the pot on the turn. Of course, he can't win this unless he bluffs at it.
Justin looking at his chip stack. Experts will tell you that is usually a sign that something is coming.
2.8.
Wow, 2.8 million.
Justin showing a lot of heart or a lot of folly.
And now Buderoni.
Clock.
And Schwartz has had enough. He calls a clock on Federico.
Federico always deliberate.
Clock has been called. It'll be 1 minute. At the end of 50 seconds, there'll be a 10-second countdown. If I say the word 0 and there's been no action, that hand will be declared dead.
Federico, as you heard, has a minute.
Is that enough time? I mean, maybe it just, I don't know.
Didn't seem like enough.
It didn't seem like a long time.
Seemed like it to me.
Steinberg and Negreanu questioning the clock, and that is rare.
But Federico must decide soon or his hand is dead.
Yeah, that didn't seem like a lot of time for that. Thank you, Max.
3 players now have weighed in saying Justin is out of line.
Has to be distracting for Buderoni, who's trying to make this big decision.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Buderoni folds it. Justin shows.
Make me sweat. Full. Send it. I can't be stared at for 5 minutes. Make a decision. I can't handle it.
Like 2 minutes.
I can't handle it. I'm sorry. I can't handle it. I can't handle it, Max.
It's just, I think it was poor form. That's my opinion.
All right. I can't handle it. I would have started shaking or something.
But it's like, okay, 2 minutes like 4 days ago is enough
I agree.
time. But
I usually wait 8.
It's like, give him more time.
Sylvia on the button on the Jack Link's Beef Jerky Whole Cam. Ace King, another premium hand. Penn and Teller Theater still buzzing from that 10 on the turn. A raise to $2 million. Balsiger folds suited 6-4. Merson in the big blind with 2 red kings.
Boy, Jesse Sylvia just took the bad beat. Now he picks up ace king on the very next hand and runs into pocket kings.
Well, Merson, no doubt, will be raising here. How much? He makes it $4.8 million.
This is not a collision course Jesse Sylvia can afford.
So now Jesse started the hand with $42 million. Merson with almost $117 million. That's a re-raise to $14.2 million.
And 1/3 of Jesse's remaining stack already in this pot.
Is now the bet. 14.2.
Greg said, let's play for your stack.
I call.
And a call from Sylvia with ace king. He's gonna need help to stick around.
Greg's kings versus Jesse's ace king.
Selps exasperated by the developments. Merson in his usual zen-like pose. And Sylvia with 2 back-to-back big hands about to get swept out of here.
A hand to go. Sylvia had $60 million and Balsiger on the ropes now. Sylvia could be out of this main event. All right, now the flop with Sylvia at risk. Tray 5 deuce, a wheel draw for Jesse.
We always have the best flops in tournaments.
Merson still in great position to get to heads up with a huge chip lead on Jake Balsiger.
Ashley wanting to comfort Jesse. Ivey hoping Greggy can hang on.
Kind of feeling an ace.
Turn card 8 of hearts. Merson still good in 1 card from heads up with a dominating chip lead.
I'm sure Jesse loves Ashley, but getting consoled while staring at a 7-outer is not what I'd want. Jesse Sylvia needs a 4 or an ace to survive.
And the river card. Oh, here's the 4! Sylvia does it the hard way, filling his straight.
We've seen this before at the main event. Sylvia surviving on a river card against a stoic Greg Merson.
And taking the chip lead once again. Merson was so close to the next step, but he's nothing if not resilient at the main event and at life.
This is the stage of the tournament where you want to make sure you are focused and in the zone. Got a lot of history with a lot of the other players, so that dynamic's certainly going to come into play in terms of the decision making. But for now, everybody really happy to find themselves at the 1 table left in the biggest main event ever.
Norman, the goal, immediate goal is to make the final 9, or are there's opportunity, though, to build a stack or continue building stack for the big guys, right?
Yeah, always when you have this type of bubble, and this is for the official final table bubble to get back here in 2 days, you can abuse it if you're in position to abuse it.
Oh, look at this. All right. Holzner's going to just start out with it all in.
Certainly not going to find much better spots.
One of the best abusers of the button of that moment as we look past Joe McKeon.
I don't like the spot, but you know.
Saris raising with the ace-10. Holzner with ace-queen. Looking for another late game double up.
Would be the shortest.
You're rooting for me?
He's got 2 knockouts today already, does Maceras.
What a hand to pick up right there. Right? But he found the best spot again.
I can fold.
No, you can't.
What must he be feeling? Ahead, chance to keep his dream alive.
Oh.
There's a 10 in the window. Maceras spikes the 10 and the 5's on board. Now Holzner looking for a queen to stay alive. All the other players on pins and needles as well. 6 of diamonds. Oh.
See it right there, 7%. To stay alive.
One time.
There we go.
And a queen only. We're going to take a break. The river card.
Oh! First time we've seen somebody invoke the one time, and it worked.
The blinds at 2 and 400,000 with a 50K ante. Von Hope with king 10 on the button raises to $1 million in the big blind. The youngest here, 22-year-old Andoni Larabe with 9-8 calls 600,000 more.
And I believe you were looking at Larabe's entire wardrobe.
All right, we're heads up. The flop. 10, Jack 9. Larabe with bottom pair and an open ender. The upper half of that draw no good because Von Hof has a gut shot to a higher straight and middle pair. Larabe checks.
Both these guys live in London, as do Martin Jacobson and Felix Stevenson, so the 4 of them could carpool to their online poker games.
$1.4 million from Von Hof. And a call from Larabe.
During the 7 days of the main event, I believe this is the only thing I saw Larabe wear.
He was one of the chip leaders the whole time. You got to go with your good luck clothing. Turn card, King of Hearts. King's up now for Von Hof. Larabe does have outs to win and chop. And he's reaching for chips.
I like this. He's representing the queen on the turn here for a straight.
Straight draw is on the board. The Spaniard bets $3,350,000.
Von Hof turned 2 pair, but if Larabe has the straight, Von Hof is dead to a 4-outer.
So the younger Larabe testing the older, strapping 6'6" Dutch pro who does make the call here.
Newsflash, Von Hof is smarter than I am. He doesn't believe Larabe.
All right, so with over 12 million in the middle, we will see a river card. 7 of clubs. Larabe gets there with a jack high straight. And he checks it.
Boy, he hits his hand and checks it? Maybe Larabe fears Von Hof has the queen. How does he check it? Wow.
Now Von Hof with kings up, but a dangerous board.
All in.
Oh, and he puts Larabe all in.
Boy, I didn't expect that.
And Larabe gets rid of it.
Are you kidding me? We would need a team of analysts working 24/7 for 20 years to explain how Larabe played this hand.
A surprising fold. Von Hof over $40 million.